Hello, my name is Jason Sheeran, and I want to welcome you to the Jasonverse. A secret laboratory somewhere in the UK, an evil scientist was hard at work on an experiment. Igor, my fellow assistant, did you find the parts?
Yes, Master. I have the parts right here.
Great job, Igor. That engine was my grandfather's greatest project yet.
I just hope this biological warfare is safe.
Of course it's safe, Igor. We've been using this technology for over 50 years. Now be a good lad and put the parts in.
Yes, Master.
Yes, it's finished. The greatest weapon known to mankind. The Train Destroyer.
Excuse me, Master, but could you tell me more about this project here?
Why, of course, Igor. This experiment was planned by my grandfather back in the 1940s. And I've spent all my life trying to perfect my grandfather's dream. And now it's almost complete. Igor, could you do the honor of activating my project?
Yes, Master.
After a switch of the button, the engine activated. Yes, it's operational. It's operational! Then it happened. The engine rushed towards the scientist and killed both him and Igor. Then the train destroyer escaped the lab, but not before making a mess of the whole place. As it walked away from the lab, it kept shouting, "Sodor! Sodor!" Meanwhile, back on the island of Sodor, the engines were busier than ever, carrying passengers and cargo to and from the island. Life on Sodor could not be any more normal. At Brendam Docks, Cranky the Crane was just helping load and unload cargo to and from ships that came to the island, when he noticed something in the distance. That's funny. The next shipment shouldn't be coming in till tea time. When he took a closer look, he almost fell into the sea. Wait a minute. That's not a ship. That's an engine. Thinking the engine was in trouble, Cranky didn't hesitate to lower his hook down. When he got a hold of the engine, he pulled him with all his might. Cranky lifted the engine into the air to get a good look at him. Are you okay there, buddy? The engine stared at Cranky menacingly. He was so startled that he dropped the engine onto the tracks. Using his spider legs, the engine put himself on the rails, stared at Cranky, and left. I'm confused. What just happened? Salty had seen everything from below and was just as confused as Cranky. What? Cranky, me hearty, what the barnacles just happened? How should I know? An engine with sharp teeth was just staring at me. Meanwhile, at Knapford Station, the engines were getting busy for another day. Hi, isn't it such a lovely day? Thomas said as he was pulling into the station. It sure is, Thomas. Just the perfect day to pull the express. Though I just wish Sir Topham Hatt would stop buying all these engines, because sooner or later, Sodor's gonna run out of room. As much as I hate to admit it, Gordon, I agree. It seems like every year a new engine comes to Sodor, and more of them have been coming ever since. Sir Topham Hatt should be reported for overcrowding. Now, you two, overcrowding is the reason why Sir Topham Hatt buys new engines. But Edward, don't you remember when it was just the 5 of us? Me, you, Gordon, Henry, and James? Well, times were much simpler then. There weren't nearly as many crowds on Sodor as there are now. And nowadays you have all these other engines like Bill, Ben, Donald, Douglas, Harvey, Salty, Marion, Spencer. Technically, Gordon, Spencer's a mainland engine. You get my point, little Thomas. Well, all the same, the more help we get on Sodor, the better off we'll be. You're right, Edward. We have made a lot of friends over the years. Even you, Gordon. Well, Yes, I guess you could say that. Their conversation was rudely interrupted by an engine racing past. Whoa, bust my buffers! Who was that? I don't know. I've never seen this engine before. But those 3 engines wouldn't be the only ones visited by this engine. The engine raced past engines all over Sodor. Whoa, what was that? Mind my paintwork, you! Was that a ghost? What the... rail hog? At the sheds, the engines could not stop talking about the new visitor. He was scary. He was red. Hey, I'm red and no one's scared of me. He kind of looked like Thomas, but more demonic. It couldn't have been Timothy because he's silver. Yeah, and last I checked, I'm pretty sure Timothy doesn't have spider legs. Whoever this new engine is, I'm pretty sure Sir Topham Hatt sent him here for a reason. Shh, here he comes now. Act natural. Sir Topham Hatt walked out of his car towards his engines looking very concerned. Sir, who is this new engine you brought to our island? That's just it, Thomas. I didn't. Then how did he get here? Well, one thing's for sure, he's trespassing, and I don't take kindly to trespassing engines. Now, sir, we don't know this engine. Maybe he's too nervous to introduce himself. Edward's right. The only way we're gonna get to know this engine is if one of us goes and talks to him. I'll talk to him. I love making friends. Then it's settled. Thomas will find and talk to the engine. Be careful, Thomas. It could be dangerous. Thomas can go look for him tomorrow. For now, let's get some rest. And the engines went to sleep. The next morning, Thomas, along with Sir Topham Hatt, went out to look for the engine. It took a while, but they finally found him. All right, sir. He's right on that siding. I'll talk to him first, and if that doesn't work, then you can talk to him. That sounds like a plan, Thomas, but be careful. Thomas puffed up to the engine, who was just idling there. Hello? Who are you? The engine said nothing at first. Thomas tried again. My name is Thomas. What's yours? Suddenly the engine spoke. Charles. What brings you to our island, Charles?
I hear Sodor is a sanctuary for engines of all sorts.
Well, Charles, you are trespassing on private property. Could you give me the number of your owner so I could contact him?
I don't have an owner.
That can't be right. You must have an owner.
I go wherever I want.
But why Sodor of all places?
I was created by some mad scientist for one purpose only.
And that purpose is?
To destroy engines.
Suddenly the train began to move. He grew spider legs which lifted his entire body up. Then he stared at Thomas and let out a loud roar. Sir, I'm scared. I think we should go now. Charles, I will not tolerate this kind of behavior. Leave Sodor immediately.
You don't understand, Thomas. I'm trying to cleanse your railway of filth.
Then Thomas raced away as fast as he could, with Charles racing after him. Oh God, we're gonna die, we're gonna die! Not on my watch, Thomas. I never thought I'd say this, but on, faster, faster. Thomas raced as fast as his wheels could carry him. Back at the sheds, the other engines were worried about Thomas. Where's Thomas? I hope he's all right. Knowing him, he's probably teaching the new engine how to play tricks on us bigger engines. Or maybe he's admiring this engine's red coat. Isn't one red engine enough? Him? 2 red engines, I mean. Then Thomas rushed over at the sheds. Everyone, you need to get out of here now! What's the matter, Thomas? Is everything all right? That new engine is an engine destroyer and he's gonna kill us all! Thomas is right. We must evacuate the island immediately. Word soon spread, and all the engines began to panic. Meanwhile, Charles began his rampage around the island, destroying everything in his path. The Sodor military had attempted to bring down this beast, but to no avail. They tried everything, even explosions, but nothing worked. Nothing's working. Nothing's gonna kill this engine. I have an idea, sir. Why don't we try luring him into a trap? It sounds crazy, but it just might work. What's the plan? We'll lure him to Vickerstown Bridge, and using Sodor fuel tankers, will cause the bridge to collapse, sending Charles to his doom. I don't usually condone this, but it's worth a shot. Sir Topham Hatt ordered the Vickerstown Bridge to be closed down so that they could set the plan into motion. Edward and Henry were waiting on each end for the signal. Thomas was serving as the bait for Charles. The engine raced after Thomas. When they got to the bridge, Thomas gave the signal. Now! He shouted. Edward and Henry wasted no time colliding the two Sodor fuel tankers. The tankers caused an explosion and made the bridge collapse. Charles struggled to keep onto the bridge, but he eventually fell off into the water. Yes! We did it! The engines cheered and whistled in victory, and Sir Topham Hatt congratulated everyone for their efforts. Well done, Thomas. Your plan has worked. Oh, it's nothing, sir. I'm just glad everyone's okay. And with that, life on Sodor was back to normal. Or so they thought. What's going on, guys? Jason here with some big news. I have just opened up my very own merch shop. That's right. Starting today, you can buy your very own Jason Sheeran merchandise. Whether it's a t-shirt, hoodie, bag, mug, whatever you need, I've got. And if you order now, you can get 15% off your purchase at the shop. Offer expires December 10th. So hurry in and get your t-shirt, hoodie, mug, or bag today.